Love a woman that claims she knows what she's doing. Confident, ain't afraid of a little trash talking. She the type I love to please, cause she thinks she running things. Till I decide to tease and give her a little piece of me. So I start off with a little simple kiss. She realized, damn, I ain't never been kissed like this. That's when I pull back, leave her on her some more. So she goes and pulls me back, losing all self-control. It's safe to say that they don't know what they been getting into. I'll have you doing things normally you know you wouldn't do. Like going to the park and sit, you ride me in the whip, to on the side of the road on my hood during eclipse. Now that's how things go when you're with me. Be prepared to expect the unexpected. No strings are with me on my 2014. I love how they talk until I have them yodeling. I'ma kiss you from your neck down to your navel. Love you in a way that can't be a label. Have you curled up like a newborn in a cradle. You never knew a man that could make you go yodel. Wait up for a second, got something I need to tell ya. Been thinking about the other night when I held you in my arms and squeezed you so tight. Then I whispered in your ear and told you to hold on, girl, cause you never felt nothing quite like this. From a man he gives, so this could be a dream. But then I started going, you saying sweet nothing. So I turned up a little bit, you pushing me away, cause you know you can handle it. That's when I fell below, did my thing and there she goes. But I ain't talking screams, oh no, I had her in the bed doing, yo. I'ma kiss you from your neck down to your navel. Love you in a way that can't be a label. Have you curled up like a newborn in a cradle. You never knew a man that could make you go yodel.
She singing it like ship on the mountain top. Taking shots up off the mountain top. Won't spill a drop on the mountain top. Watch get serious soon as the ball strap pops. Hating on what we got. Tyler Perry, we the half, they the have not. Talking hustle harder, your girl out of water. Watch if I flash the cash, she gon' flop. Drinking out the bottle till it turn hollow. After that, bet another gon' follow. D, should we hit him with the rosé? Nah, let's stick to sexy Moscato. Ha, Paul on the floor while them hoes keep gawking. Caught a crowd mob the way them hits rocking. Niggas on the sideline posted up just watching. Whispering like what kind of watch is he rocking. Thing on my pants while I'm doing my dance. Pressure applies, I can't control my hands. Hit after hit after hit after hit. You gotta admit this shit's more than a whim. Shorty, it's more than your trim. How there he goes again. Hit puts the lotion on the skin against the hose again. All on the floor like a badass baby. Working that pole while she twerking that nene. Hit it with the chocolate bar, aka payday. Before we go that way, babe, first you gotta say,
I'ma kiss you from your neck down to your navel. Love you in a way that can't be a label. Have you curled up like a newborn in a cradle. You never knew a man that could make you go yodel.
welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody's doing fine. It is a beautiful Wednesday today. Like always, around this time, we have some great dialogue brought to you by the Queen of Spades podcast, the ladies on the Queen of Spades podcast. So I'm sure, as you know by now, if you read the title, this time is correct. As last time it was a little off. But Queen B definitely came through with some clips that she wanted me to share. So I'm going to oblige and ask some questions and see what these ladies have to say. This is my first time streaming um to Facebook. Um but thank you if you are here from Facebook. I appreciate you being here. As well as what up, Diz Riz man in the building, and Trap in the building as well, man. Welcome in. All right, and everybody else, man. Say hello if you like. We don't bite. Um but yeah, we're gonna go over a couple of things. We're gonna see some things. First off, let me do a little bit of house cleaning. All right. If you want to, you can subscribe to the channel, or you can donate to the channel by using the Cash App that's going across the screen right now. Any proceeds go only to the stream, and that's it. All right. To make it a better enjoyment for everyone else, and including you. All right. Now, you do not have to donate. If you want to, you can donate $1. You can donate $2, whatever, but you do not have to donate. All right. But what I do ask is if you could please slide your finger across that like button if you're on YouTube. I don't know what Facebook does, but whatever the like is there, if you wouldn't mind hitting that as well. I'm trying something new. All right. We've been doing it for a while. But it's something new, trying to reach out to some more people or whatnot. So feel free to share if you like. And don't be afraid, like I said, don't be afraid to talk to us as well, right? So yes, if you can, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't subscribed on YouTube. YouTube is Queen of Spades Podcast. All right. All you gotta do is look for, I think it's this emblem that you see right on your screen right now, to know that you're in the right spot. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification. That way you'll know every time we go live. All right. And yeah, so that's that part. What else do we got going on? Every Sunday is the Ace of Spades podcast, right? So that's where we usually talk about a lot of different things. It's kind of in the political realm, but sometimes it's about relationships as well. So we kind of go over those things in that space, as well as King of Spades podcast as well. It's an all male panel where we talk about things in the man arena, right? That orbits men. All right, so we usually chop it up on that end, and then of course the Queen of Spades podcast, man, where these ladies get in and they talk about things that they want to talk about, and I'm just here hosting it. But I'm just kind of the conductor to keep the train moving. But these ladies are definitely the coal that keeps it going. I don't know, is coal a good thing? I don't know. And I don't want no environmentalists coming after me. They are the electric. If electric's cool, the solar to this thing, man, and keep this thing moving and keep it grooving, man. And I appreciate each and every one of them. So I believe that we kind of got that out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and introduce the panel that we have today. I see one panel is disconnected, so I'm not sure um if they're going to be in or not. Okay, I think they just fixed. Okay, so first, before I start, let me give a big shout out to Diz Riz ENT, Diz Riz TV, all the Diz Rizzes in the world that is streaming right now. He is a part of the panel, and he holds it down, and he does his thing, man. And he has was gracious enough to stream to Facebook and to Twitch, man. So I want to say thank you for doing that and showing some support in that way, man. I really, really do appreciate you. Can't post comments to some destinations. Oh, okay. I guess I can't. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, I appreciate you doing that. So let's get to the ladies, man. I know y'all don't want to come here to see me talking all day and all night. Y'all want to see some of the ladies in here, what they got to say. So let me go ahead and get with the first the first one here, man. She be doing the thing, putting it down, man. And she 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 definitely want kids to stay in their place. All right. Why don't y'all give it up for the one, the only K Amir in the building. How you doing today, Kay?
Um,
You
I'm
weren't expecting
good.
that intro, huh?
Nah, I wasn't, but I'm serious about
She's serious,
that.
man. She ain't playing. All right. Stay in your goddamn place. All right. So how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. It was extra hot out here today, but hey, I didn't melt, so
Okay,
I
that's
made it
good.
on the podcast in one piece.
Hey, I'm glad you didn't melt. Okay, we got to keep you whole and together. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and next on the list, man. She I think she's one of the youngsters around here. But she be talking like she an elder and she know everything. And that is wait, no, not that one. Never mind. Erase that one. This is another youngster. She does know a lot of things. She be holding it down, and you can definitely tell she got a great head on her shoulder, man. This is none other than Miss Queen D herself. How you doing, Miss Queen D?
Hey everybody.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
doing
hey.
good.
Yes, yes. How you doing today? How's your day going?
All right, like Miss K said, it was so hot. I said I was gonna take the kids. We was gonna walk to the park, but I felt like I was gonna pass out, so we went to the library instead.
Okay, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Get a little reading in. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, yeah, stay out that heat, man. Y'all drink a lot of water, or plenty of water, and make sure y'all stay hydrated out there in this crazy heat. I don't know what's going on out here, but yeah, make sure y'all stay hydrated. And then, last and definitely not least, we got someone who is short on words and in height. She really does not uh talk a lot, but she when she's on here, but she be cussing me out all the time. All you gotta do is mention my name, and she got a lot to say about it, man. Let me please welcome in the one, the only Miss Great Shanti. How you doing, Shanti? Shanti.
I'm fine.
Okay, there you go. Now you can't get away
Living
with
a life, of course.
you can't go with no words. I can
What?
understand little words, but no words
Hear me?
that's gonna be hard.
Can you
Now
hear me?
I see. Could you please explain? I'm only here for a
Yeah, we can
short
hear you,
time,
Shanti.
not a long time. Shanti, can you explain that for me?
Thank you, because he know you heard me.
See,
I'm
this
only
is
here
all
for a
good.
short time. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, not a long time.
That's all
What
I'm
does that
saying.
mean? Would you like to explain that?
I'm not gonna be here for a long time, just a short time.
Like on the podcast?
Yeah,
Why are you not going to be here on the podcast for a long time?
I got things to do. Got to get ready for a vacation coming up.
Hey man, look here, look here. All right, I'm on. Hey, is there any? Look, I got two fantastic queens that are always coming here and shouldering this thing. I would really love to have some more queens. If you all are interested, please let me know. Just tell me in the comment section, okay? If there's anybody is interested in coming in and having these conversations, because Shanti is really getting on my nerves. Okay, I'm gonna tell. I'm tired of holding it back. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's fine.
She really gets on my nerves. We're gonna fight eventually. So
And you gonna get booked, so it don't matter.
I don't care, but I'm gonna get mine in. Okay. So you ain't got no dolls with no big heads and hard heads today.
You
Good
never
luck on
know.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody is interested in all seriousness, please let me know in the comment section and I'll put out the information for you to be able to join in on the panel. All right. Anybody want to come on? Let me know. And we can make it happen. But I do appreciate you, Shanti, for being here. How's your Wednesday going so far?
A little busy, but it'll be all right. I'll make it.
A little busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, a little busy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Desiree says cousin Shanti is in the building.
Hey,
Uh,
cousin Steve.
yes. I got a phone call coming in. I'm on live. I'm live right now. Uh, but yeah. Yes. Um, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. So yes, cousin Steve say hey, Shanti, and everything. So yeah, so Queen D, you picked some interesting topics here. May I ask, what was the motivation behind some of these topics? Do you remember the topics you picked?
Um, Not really, but I just wanted to bring something new to the panel, to the
Okay,
podcast.
and that you did. Conscious Queen. That is exactly what you did. I think I said Goose the Prophet said Peace Queens. I don't know if I said that or not, but he did say that.
Hey,
Um,
Prophet.
yeah, it's Prophet in the building, man. He's one of the kings from the King of Spades podcast, man. So just in case y'all didn't know, now you do. You feel me? Very, very insightful young man. All right, so we're gonna start this thing off. We about to get into it. Queen D, we about to get into it. See, I put the catalog together, so I already know what's on here. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts, as well as anybody in the comment section as well. What are your thoughts on the comment on the clips? Please let me know. Please do not be shy to share your opinion. All opinions are welcome. All right. As long as they're not disrespectful. If you're disrespectful, then my mods, they trigger happy. So watch out there. But any questions is fair. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this. We're just gonna start off with it, okay? Because Queen B, she ain't come to play no games, so I'm not gonna play no games with her.
You like to put us out there.
What's that?
I said you like to put us out there.
Yo, I'm just letting them know. Hey, look. Well, because you picked the clips, but I don't know where you stand on these clips. You know what I'm saying? You
I
might
guess
be
we'll
against the
find
clips. You might
out.
be for the clips. But I definitely am. I'm interested to hear what you got to say,
Well, let's see, cause I don't know.
and I think the rest of the people are as well. All right, man. The first one is married to the government. Let's check it out.
They made us demand things from our man that they systematically keep him from getting. So he can't give it to us. And so we married to the government. They take care of us like our man should. They give us food, clothes, shelter, health care, child care, education, an apartment, whatever it is we need, they step in as our man. And they only do that, as I said, for the two reasons: to make him look inadequate and to make us not want to be bothered with him, to destroy his little ego that he got left, and to make us think that we are better than him. And we'll tell him, I can make it. I don't know why you can't make it.
All righty, Queen. Woo, Kay, Emil. Let's start with you here. She said a lot in that. She's gonna say a lot more as we go on. What do you think about what she said? We'll start there.
I totally agree with her. It has gotten to that point to where people um, purposely have children out of wedlock so they can receive those benefits.
Okay.
So they don't have to work, so they don't have to. I will. Well, I guess they feel like they don't have to rely on the father, because the government will, finance them with everything that they need.
Okay. I hear that. I hear that. Great. Queen B. Do you share the same sentiment?
Yes, I agree as well. Especially, with the whole child support thing, you got to put a man on child support to get those benefits and things like that. I seen someone make a post earlier on Facebook, and they was like, it doesn't make sense, the whole child support thing. And I agree. Like, I feel like a lot of women just do it out of spite because the men no longer show interest in them. Granted, some do need help because there are some so-called deadbeats and stuff out here, but I feel like if there was communication and stuff, a lot of times those benefits don't add up. I feel
Mhm.
like.
Okay. Now, okay. Well, do you think it is spite, or do you think the way that Do you think it's spite or necessity based on the way that the system is set up, though?
It's spiteful towards the man, especially the black man, because I mean, if it was necessity, why would he have to have his um, driver's license and stuff like that suspended? Why would he be going to jail? I'm pretty sure there's other ways that they can deal with the man on that behalf.
Okay. Well, I asked that question because a lot of the times, in order, from my belief, I can't say that I've never been through the system. I don't know, but from what I believe I've heard, I believe that you may have to in certain states file child support on a child in order for you to receive benefits.
Yeah, they make you file the child support in order for you to receive the benefits.
That's if you're getting cash payments, though.
Okay.
Well, they try to have you do it with the food stamps and stuff, but there's ways around that where you can finesse. But for yeah, like Kay said, it's mostly for the cash. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. They go stronger for for the cash and the other things, Medicaid and whatnot.
Okay, so that's why I asked the question of is it out of spite or necessity, because you actually need to file in order to get the benefits.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shanti, what do you think about what she said?
I agree with what she was saying. I think the government helps kind of contribute to single parent households. Because of course, if you got all that stuff that you don't need help, you got it by yourself. So I agree with what she's saying.
Hey, Shanti, quick question.
What my name?
Um, do you think that women who receive aid like that should they be allowed to say that they're independent?
No, I don't think so.
What says you
I do,
can't
but
do?
I don't.
Wait, what? Hold on. Say what?
I said I do, but I don't.
You do?
I do, but I don't.
Explain that, please.
I'm not explaining it, but just like because you are doing it by yourself, but at the same time you're not. You're doing it by yourself as far as not having help from a man, but at the same time you're not because you're getting government assistance.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Queen D, what says you about that? Do you think a person who's receiving benefits should they be able to say that they're independent?
Um, no, because I guess independent means you're not depending on anyone. So at that point, you're dependent on the government.
Okay. All right. I can understand that one better than the last answer that was given. KML, what do you think? Do you think that what do you think that a person that's receiving benefits should be able to be like, hey, I'm independent?
I agree with Queen D and Ashanti.
So you say yes and no?
I was saying Ashanti have a valid point, but yeah, I agree with what was being said.
Okay. Okay. Um, we're gonna go with Goose the Prophet. Goose the Prophet says 40%. Thank you for the 40%, Goose the Prophet. Is that the payment that someone has to pay? That's 40%.
Yeah, I think he's saying for child support is 40%.
Okay, okay. I have no idea. This is new to me. I have no no idea at all. So please pardon my ignorance. Independent says Diz Riz, but he said it like INDEPE because I know I already know how he did it. That's exactly how I said it. Because he did the wipe me down as well. So he's a Boosie fan, clearly. All right, so we'll go on with the next one. This one, what let me see what I named this one. I believe I named this one Judge. Oh, Judged by His Woman. Let's take a look at this and see if this is accurate or not.
We are not strong. We don't have to put our man down in order to be strong. I'm just saying that we have used our strength in the wrong direction. We've been using it against our man instead of for him. If we use the kind of strength and influence that we have in this society to support the black man, won't anybody be able to come against him? But every man is judged by his woman, and if his woman say he ain't nothing, then the whole world believes he ain't nothing. The actual fact is, every man himself judge his own self by his woman. He can be out in the world being great, and the whole world can be kneeling to him, and if he come home and she say, you ain't nothing, you ain't been nothing, then that's who he believes.
All right. So a lot said there as well. Okay. What do you think about what was said there?
I mean, I agree with what she says. You know, in this day and age, if you look at it, the black man been told that so much that it's starting to manifest itself into them actually do, you know, well, actually acting like, you know, they ain't about nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And what about what she said, Queen D? Do you resonate with that, or do you not?
I agree, and at the same time, your man or your woman, your partner, you don't want to be out there dealing with the struggles of the everyday, day to day life, and then have to come home and have somebody tell you you ain't nothing. So that could hurt one's ego. So yeah, I agree with what Kay said.
Okay. And Shanti, I'm about to say Steve. Shanti, what do you think about what she said?
I agree too. And same thing as Queen D said, you don't want to be dealing with things out in the world and then come home dealing with the same stuff. So I
All right.
agree.
All right. All right. This Reds TV says, ain't never had shit and ain't gonna be ish. Get the F out of here. Says Diz Reds. I have to agree with you on that one, good sir. So Kate, does um do you think that men um hmm, I'm trying to see how to phrase this, but I'll just ask a different question. Do men judge themselves by their woman, or by what their woman says, in your opinion?
I think it depends on the man, you know, and his status. A man that's higher up on his status, I don't think that he would go by what his woman's opinion is. But a man that status is a lot lower, I think they do
All
because
right.
they the way that they move is according to you know how they're being seen or perceived to be.
Okay. Queen D, same question. Do you think men judge themselves by what their women say?
Um, I agree with Kay, but also I know that a lot of times if you speak life and positivity into a man rather than negativity and things like that, it's a whole different attitude and outcome. So, um,
Okay. Okay.
I've seen where like sometimes in the workplace or whatever, you could tell when someone's going through it with their significant other or whatnot because they just act different. Their performance is better and stuff like that when it's positivity in the relationship.
Okay. And Shanti, do you do men judge themselves based off of what their woman says?
I don't think so. Just to piggyback off of what Kay said, I think a man that's sure about himself, they're not really listening to what the woman says. But no, I don't think so.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Um, do you, Ashanti? Do you think that the world judges a man based off his woman?
Definitely, especially on social media, because if you sitting there talking about somebody a deadbeat or ain't this and that, like I've seen it before, and I've known a person to actually not be a deadbeat, but because of a post that the baby mama posted, then everybody called him a deadbeat. So I think, so. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Queen D? Do you think that the world judges a man based off his woman?
Yes, I agree. Oh, I lost my train of thought. But yes, I agree with what Ashanti said. And also, to piggyback off of what she said, whether it's a good woman or a thought, everyone's looking at that. And, rumors can be spread easily, and people tend to run with those rumors. So, yes.
Okay. All right. KML, what do you think? Do you think the world judges men based off of their woman?
I do, but they at the same time, while men out here saying that women need to make better choices, the men need to make better choices also because they're looking more of the physical attributes of a woman instead of the character of the woman, and vice versa.
Uh, which men? Because I think there's two categories of men. I think that
I'm
one
not saying
man.
all men. I'm not saying all men. I'm saying the ones that have the women that disrespects them constantly. When they're trying to make a home, but she is unappreciative of the effort that he's putting in, and because he don't have the money or the house or the car that they expect to have when they get into a relationship, you know they I think those are the choices that he made in that woman.
Okay. Goose the Prophet says the prettiest people do the ugliest things. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
hey, 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 Gooch. Some of us sweet out here now.
I hate. Um, okay. Let's see. We have another one. What's the other one that we're gonna do? Um, we are we're kind of on track. All right. So maintaining the next one I'm looking at is going to be oh no, the next one I'm going to be looking at Gooch the Prophet. Oh man, get yourself ready. Okay? This next one is about oh, interracial dating. Let's go.
For the black man and the black woman. How you gonna lay down in the bed with a picture of who they have showed you they're your open enemy? Somebody that even looked like somebody that has hated my son, I don't want to be around them. Somebody who looked like they killed my grandfather and my great grandfather, I don't want to lay up in the bed with them. I don't want their filthy seed inside of me. And no black man with any regard for his own black seed should want to lay up with the filthy germ, the white woman who has been the mother of the man that has destroyed him.
Woo, a lot of words over there. Okay, Emil, what do you think about what you said right there?
I mean, me myself, I've never. Hold on.
No, I'll go to Queen. Well, no, I'm gonna go to Ashanti. I want to say Queen D for last. Shanti, what do you think about what she said on that?
I mean, I see where she's coming from, but I don't really agree with it. I don't see nothing wrong with mixing and all that other good stuff, but I see where she's coming from. I just don't agree with it.
Okay, okay. Well said. What's that?
And
Okay.
me myself, like I was saying, I've never dated outside my race, so I can't say whether it's good or bad. But I mean, as far as being like interacting, with other races, I don't have an issue with that. But dating, I just never been attracted to outside my race. So I mean, I guess in a way she is kind of right, because the people that have oppressed us for hundreds of years, why would you want to lay down with them?
Okay, okay. Queen D. Before I get to you, Goose the Prophet says, what Dolph say? Preach. Goose the Prophet, with no surprise at all, says she's spitting fire. Samantha says, hey fam, And Goose probably said, "Hey, Annie, man."
Hey, Miss Samantha.
Hi, Miss Samantha.
In the building. Queen D. Wait, what do you what do you think about what was said here?
I agree with Kay. I've never dated outside my race, and but I used to be an advocate for love is love, and but recently, actually last night we watched a few movies where it was interracial relationships, and it just seems like
You were breaking up. You say you watched a few movies with what?
interracial relationships. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And it seems like uh the melanated person in the relationship always gets reminded that they're black, and there's just a lot of discomfort or hard conversations that could be had in that situation. But I mean, a lot of us wouldn't be here. Maybe we would be here, but we probably wouldn't be who we are. I mean, if other people never dated outside their race, I don't know, but for me, it's not for me.
All right. Yeah, all right, Queen D. I hear you, girl. Let me check with Diz Riz. Diz Riz says, hey, Mama Edmund. Mama Edmund says, I tried it but couldn't go through with it. Better off being friends. I hear that. And Goose the Prophet says, yep, Queen D. And then yeah, and then he said that they were soft on that one. Yeah, so with that being said, like, hey, look, man, if you ain't never dated outside your race, man, you're missing it. You may go date outside your race, man. Try it. Just give it a go, man. Especially if the
I
women
can't do it.
if
I
the
can't
people
do it.
that you're
I'm
dealing
just
with are
not
mean
attracted.
and no good, go try it a little bit, man. Get a slice of the good life. You know what I'm saying? And see what you not just playing.
Oh,
But
that's
with
the
all
good life.
with all seriousness,
I'm
I'm
telling.
with I'm with Shanti, man. I think love who you love. I don't care. I know that was a thing back in the day. It probably still is a thing now amongst black families because I know my mother was like, you can't I don't want you to date no black or white girl or whatever. So not to say that judged which way I went or what I decided, but I do know that was a thing back then on that part.
Yeah, Prophet said to our sons the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. And Diz Riz says Hispanic women are exciting and fun. Yes, yes, my man. I don't know if I've ever dated a. I've talked. I don't know if. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet
yeah,
there is exciting and fun this is.
yeah. You gotta dodge that knife a little quick. Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, they be
Uh,
getting their head smashed, this Riz. That's what you said.
I wasn't
uh,
trying to put your business out there. I was just, putting a little reminder. But okay, Queen D.
He said it on King of Spades.
I hear that. Goose the Prophet said you will have to denounce your culture. Yes. He also says the ancestors are from Spain, the ones who brought us to the island to be sold. And Desiree says, hey, they keep you on your toes. That's what I'm saying. You gotta
Yeah, or
be on your
get your
toes.
toes chopped off.
Hey, you gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I still got all my digits. We good. We good. All right.
You gotta fight all
Yes.
them uncles and stuff.
Man. It's exhilarating. It's exhilarating. So yeah, try it. See, you might like it. I don't know. All right, so I think we went through. We went through everybody on that one, right? All right, so this one is another one. This is an interesting topic that I ran across because of you, Queen D. So please, I can't wait to hear what you guys say about this one. It's called. I labeled it maintaining versus raising. Let me know what you think.
Money has been used as the measure. Many times, if a black man does not have money to give us, we won't even let him see his children. We won't let him spend any time with it because he does not give us whatever the child support is. And I'm not saying that we don't need money to raise a child, but I try to explain to black women that raising a child consists of much more than feeding, clothing, and sheltering it. That's maintaining one. To raise one, you need a return of the parental coalition of the father and the mother to put the proper values into the child. Many of our boys, when we raise them alone. They grow up with the female emotional mechanism. They are suspicious, they are doubtful, they're disrespectful of womanhood, they are bitchy, they can't make a decision. And many of our girls who grow up in a home where there's no man present, they go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have any idea how to live with a man day to day, how to prepare a proper meal, how to be a mother, how to just be in love in the home. Most of what our people and our children especially have learned about how you have a relationship, they learned off of television.
Ooh. Yeah, you did something on this one, Queen D. Kay, what what do you think?
I mean, she said it all. She said it all. I see a mic drop on that with some shots fired and everything on boom, a few booms and everything under the sun. But I mean, I think she's right though because it's a difference when a man has two parents. It's not necessarily in the home, but like the father come. You can tell when they spend time with the father, as well as with the mom. You know, it's a big difference. And when you try to date men that well, I'm not gonna say all, but it's quite a few that date that's from a single parent household. It's like you competing with them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everybody play their own role, it's like he trying to match you up. In the relationship. And don't
Mm,
nobody, I mean, I don't know about no other women out here, but I mean, that's just a big turn off to me.
okay. Queen D, what do you think about what was said?
Yeah, like Miss K said, she said it all. I agree with everything, and um, like we were saying earlier about the whole child support and things. Yes, a lot of women, and okay, from what I've seen, they don't. When they are requiring certain things, some of them, it's not even for the maintenance of the child. It's just they want to have their hand out because they want you to give them something. Because I've seen where fathers take care of their child and provide what the child needs and everything, but the certain mothers just want you to give them something. So
Yeah, they feel like that they are
entitled
old
or
because they
something.
had your
Yeah,
child.
yeah. So I agree with everything she said.
Okay. Before I get to you, Shanti, I'm gonna see what Samantha had to say. She said dating a white woman came with the price. You didn't know which way they were gonna go. They easily could say they were assaulted at the drop of a dime when they get caught dating the blackness. I like the way she said that. Yeah. That could be a thing. Ain't no telling. That happens. Well, actually, that happens.
No, it is a thing. It is a thing because throughout history it has happened a lot. Even in the 90s, it would be some Caucasian women out here sneaking around, messing with a black man and fell in love with a black man. Then when the parents or somebody doesn't caught them or heard about her, she claimed, the other, that he assaulted her when that wasn't true. That movie Rosewood, same instance.
Yeah. Um, and Gucci Prof said Emmett Till as well. Yeah, well, I know some. Yeah, it happens on the other side too. Not to be, it does happen on the other side too. Um, Shanti, um, what do you think about what she said?
Um, just like the panel said, I agree with everything she said. Um, like I used to tell my first baby daddy, like I don't need your money. I just want you to be present in our child's life, and that's when we only had one child at the time. But Like I didn't want his money. He's never been on child support, but just be present, even though it didn't last long. But I mean, I agree with what she was saying.
Okay, and I mean, so I think there was some good points. Okay, I think that one of the things was is what you see now, which is a breakdown of masculine trait within men, because even she said that a lot of the boys end up having female emotions, as well as us um, not knowing how about relations. We learn about relationships from TV. I 100% agree with that. What do you think about those points?
I mean, we do because that's the only example that we really had. As far as what we thought a loving relationship was. How to get a relationship started, and step by step. And to this day, people are still trying to live up to what they see on social media. They think a relationship is all peaches and cream when it has its ups and downs too. And a lot of people ain't strong enough to live through the ups and downs because they think it's supposed to be a bed of roses, throughout the whole relationship.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna change up the question a little bit for Queen D and Shanti. If that's the case, why are women, if this thing is giving males, their boys, their sons, developing female emotions, and their daughters not knowing how to love properly or what to even look for in a man, if all this results from um the men that are being selected, why is that not such a bigger issue that's looked at among women? Because I feel like it's looked at amongst men, but I don't think women really look at, well, maybe the selection of men that we're choosing, maybe that needs to be different. Why is that, or is that a thing?
I think it is, but it's kind of like a loop because a lot of women don't know what to choose or what to look for. And then when they think they're choosing right, it turns out not to be right. So that comes from that whole thing as far as probably the dad or the male role not being involved to a certain extent as well.
Okay. And same question to you, Shanti. With the effects that it does have on children, um, why does it seem that women are not really taking responsibility of selecting? It seems more, when you talk to females about this, is more so switched to the man. Well, the man not there, man not doing this, man. Why is there not more emphasis on women saying, well, women need to choose better partners, or marry before they carry? Why or does it seem like that what's said, or is that off?
Um, I guess just to agree with what Queen D said is a lot of, especially for myself. I think I've like found something, and then it turns out to be something totally different than what I thought. For instance, we've talked about my first baby daddy plenty of times, and prior to me getting pregnant with my first child with him, I just always had that picture in my mind that he was just like this wonderful daddy. And I'm not bashing him, but he always had his other children, and he was always doing things with him. But then once I got pregnant, like I got the same things in the beginning, but after a while, it ended up going. It just completely stopped. So I think a lot of times it's just for myself. It's like I see something and I think that's how that person is, but then it turned out to be something totally different.
Okay.
And
Uh,
Can I
I
say
want,
something?
yeah, I wanted to say
I'm gonna
something
go ahead.
too.
I'm gonna let Queen D go ahead, and then I want you to start fresh, Kay. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to
Well,
say to put yours on the same question.
I get where Shanti is coming from because I was in the same situation, but I think with a lot of those, I don't even want to call them men, boys. They if the woman is not in the relationship with them, they don't want to do for the kids. There's a lot of situations like that.
Okay. Kay.
and,
Go ahead.
and what I wanted to say was that's why we need to get our family structures back in order because back in the day before we even was allowed to date, the family had to meet. That person had to get to know that person, and then the two families come together to vet one another to see, was it a good match? And I think we should get back to that.
I think you're 100% right, Kay. And my thing is that okay, this is my experience, and I want to know what you all think about it. I believe that women don't listen to the men in the family, who number one doesn't want anything but the best for them. They don't want most don't want to use them. You know what I'm saying? Like genuinely have love for them. Why don't they trust their guidance when it comes to selecting the right man? I'll start with you on that case, and she said that, or
Because
is it?
we choose what. No, it's. I mean, the thing about it is sometimes we might choose right, and sometimes most of the time we'll choose wrong because we're choosing with our emotions about how that person make us feel at the present time. We don't necessarily look into the future or the long term. It's all in how we feel at the moment, and that's not good if we're looking for some, an actual relationship, a marriage.
Okay, okay. Queen D, same question to you. Why don't the women listen to the trusted male figures in or follow the lead of the trusted male figures in their families when it comes to meeting men? Why not? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men where we know the game. You can't pull the wool over our eyes, so we could tell you yay or nay. Why not? Why don't women seem to trust that part of the process?
Um, I'm not really sure if that's the case, but speaking for myself, I've never had that, so I didn't have any male guidance to lead me into that direction. I was kind of winging it on my own when it came to that.
Mhm. So, well,
So,
do you consider yourself to have any good male role models in your family?
I mean, I do. I have my dad, but at the same time, he never really got involved with stuff like that. So,
Okay.
he's the type of person, he kind of mind his business. He was never really like a strong disciplinary or anything like that. He kind of, because he's off doing his own thing too, but he was around and he did, take care of me and stuff. But he just, when it came to stuff like that, I mean, probably the most he did was before I was even sexual active, was got me some pamphlets and stuff and taught me about STDs and stuff like that. But as far as when it came to men and stuff like that, that was, I never had that.
Okay. All right, and same question to you, Shanti. When it comes to having trusted males in the family, or is it why don't more women seek the guidance of the males in their family when it comes to choosing the right mate?
Just to go off of what Kay said, it's a lot of times we go off emotion. So even if somebody's telling me like he's not the right one for you, if I'm feeling that person, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like it, you could tell me 20 times that hey, he not gonna be it. He's not gonna do right. But if that's who I'm feeling at the time, and I feel like he's gonna do right in my mind, then I'm gonna still do it. So
All right. All right. Well said. Well said. Um, Let me get some of these comments real quick before we get too crazy here. Let's see. Under some type of male guidance to keep my daughter under a male care. Says Dizriz TV. Dizriz ENT says, if you would like to participate in the following podcast, here's the list of the days and times. Man, I definitely do appreciate you dropping that, big dog. Um, for anybody that want to know, here's the dates and time. These are all Central Time. So if you would like to keep up or whatever with whatever we're doing, or even participate, please let me know. The for the Kings, the selection is very tight. It's a very rigorous process to be able to get into there. but the Queens is wide open. If you would like to join into the Queens, we have a strict tryout. A Central Time. Oh, okay, yeah, he said the Central Time on there as well. Goose the Prophet says that's why you got to take your time to get to know a person before feelings get involved, and make sure y'all lock in for life before having kids. I definitely 100% agree with that. They say marry before you carry. You feel me? Goose the Prophet says, I think we have to be a great example before we can advise, and also providing for the women in our families. Yes, I definitely agree with that as well. So yes, please no, I got you, Steve. I think I got you. I might have messed it up. But yeah, yes, I definitely agree 100% with that. But I think, like Shanti said, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. All right, so we can't hate on that as well. So this one is Queen D again hitting us over the head. Get rid of her.
I tell the brothers, just like I tell the sisters, if you have a woman that you've been working with for months or years, and you can't get that woman to get in agreement with your program, then get rid of her and get another one. And I tell the sisters the same thing. If you're with a man you can't agree with, don't make his life miserable. Get with a man you can agree with. But we spend too much time living in hell with each other. We spend too much time tearing each other down, trying to make the other person do different or function different. If you want somebody to change, first change yourself. We set the example. We are the teacher. We are the mother. We set the example.
All right, we set the example. What do you think about what she said, Kay?
I mean, she said a lot, but I agree. I agree with her wholeheartedly. I mean, I don't have no words.
Okay. Queen D, what do you think about what she said?
I agree, and like she said, that goes for either sex. Why waste your time, and why sit there and put up with stuff for so long? After a certain period, enough is enough. Find somebody that's for you or with your program.
Yes. I definitely agree.
See, I couldn't say anything because I am guilty of that.
I
So
am too, so that's why I said it.
Hey, it's all a learning lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a learning lesson. When you know better, you do better. You know
We
what I'm
all
saying?
done,
well, I don't think nobody would have went as long as I did, but yeah, when you know, you know.
When you
yeah.
know, you know. I like that. Shanti, what do you think about what she said here?
I definitely agree with her. Like Queen D said, why keep putting up with something when you can go find somebody that'll do differently? So I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give y'all some more questions, man. Y'all running through this too quickly. Well, let's check out the next one. We're going to talk about heaven and hell. Check it out.
Many people accuse you of wanting to see the black woman at a point of submission. Is that where you want to see a black woman in the 1990s?
Well, it depends on how you define submission. Those words have a tendency to have a negative connotation for us because of how they were used against us during slavery and what we connect them to. But actually, the kind of submission that I'm referring to just means cooperation and agreement. I don't think that anybody could say that I represent a woman who is subjugated in any kind of way. I don't think that anybody could say that my personality sounds like some man has me somewhere crawling around on the ground or walking 10 paces behind him. So I'm not representing that. I'm representing strength. I'm saying that we have a lot of power. We have power to make heaven and hell for our men. And I'm saying, let's try making heaven. Let's try to build him up. If a man has his woman behind him, he will believe he can do anything. And all we need to do is to get our men to believe that they can do anything.
All right.
Can we get a hand clap for that?
You surely can get a hand clap for that. Oh wait, where's my horn? Okay, horn ain't working. All right, but you got the hand clap. Okay, what you got to say about that, Kay?
Man, I've been saying this for so long, and now everybody said. I mean, because when you submitting to somebody, it like she said, it don't mean that you belittling yourself. You're putting yourself so low on the totem pole that you just turned yourself into a slave. No, it do not mean that. It basically means that you have your role to play. He has his role to play. Let that man play his role instead of you trying to play both roles while you're with him.
Yeah.
I mean, because when women for at least 20 years been fighting against this submission aspect, and I'm doing air quotes. Um, it has separated us. You rarely see a black family happy together. You rarely see black families in the neighborhood, doing good. It's a rarity now, to see, a black family together. We have done so much as women to try to tear the household down, and a lot of times I think that we don't even well, a lot of women don't even realize that's what they're doing. They so quick to say, I don't feel, I feel like I'm being tied down to one person, and some men, say the same thing too. But when they all, comes together, they're begging now to have, that dynamic, because they tired of doing it all by themselves, so it's just time to get back to how it used to be.
Yeah, I agree with that. Queen D, before I get to you, I wanted to check out what Goose the Prophet saying real quick, if you don't mind. Goose the Prophet said, I think we have to get a great example. Did I read that? I think I already read that. Then he said, straight up. I'm not sure if I read it. I'm gonna read it again. I don't think we have. I think we have to be a great example before we can. Okay, I did read that. All right. Yeah. Queen D. What do you think about what she was talking about in the realm of submission?
Yes, I agree with everything she said, and I agree with Miss K. Um, we have to get that out of our minds. Submission is not slavery, so we don't need to treat it like that and deny submission itself. But as far as the rest that she was saying, I do feel like if we uplift our men and treat them, if they feel like the king, they will be the king and accomplish a lot. And if you are one, they will, what the benefits of them is your benefits and the kids' benefits and the family's benefits. So I feel like we should do more uplifting when it comes to the black man. And yeah, I just agree with Miss K and everything she said in the video.
Okay. And Shanti, what do you think about what she said in the video?
I agree with her and the panelists too. I don't see nothing wrong with being submissive. I just feel like it would have to be for the right man, not one that's like cheating on you the whole time and beating on you and all other kind of stuff. But for the right man that's doing the right things and leading, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Well, since you say that, do you mind if I ask you, for you to say for the right man, does that mean for the wrong men you are masculine?
Yeah, personally, yeah, I think so.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
A little bit.
And if you okay, so how do you balance that? Okay, how do you how do you, being a masculine woman, right? In quote, air quotes, why, how would you expect to find a masculine man if masculine men are not looking for masculine women? Wouldn't that be counterintuitive if you're trying to find a masculine man?
I mean, I just feel like if you start a new, well, if I personally start a new relationship, I would have to give that man a try to keep me in my soft girl area or to help me get into my soft girl area. Versus just kind of coming on headstrong and thinking that all men are the same.
Okay. Now, okay, so is there any way to practice or participate in femininity prior to um gaining a man?
Yeah, I do. You got to learn how to humble yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's step number one. Learn how to be humble, have some type of spirituality. Um, just being nice. I'm not saying if he make a decision, you can't give suggestions. Um, but it's all in how you deliver it. Um, and just calm yourself down. You ain't gotta, rah 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 and be all up in somebody's face all the time, because silence say a whole lot. You can get a lot accomplished when you silent. Then you can, yelling and screaming and stuff.
Come on, Kay.
Kay
Come on,
said,
Kay.
all act like a queen. All that other stuff is beneath you.
Come on. There it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the thing about it is we already have the stereotype on us for being loud and disorderly and things of that nature. Why not change the narrative for
Angry,
yourself?
mad black woman.
Yes.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like people are okay with letting that be. I don't understand why, but if, because I definitely agree with her definition of submission, which is basically cooperation and agreement, right? If that's the key, why is that so hard for a lot of women, Kay?
Because they got to test the power and scared to relinquish it because in some instances, from my personal experience, when you tend to let your wall down, some people tend to run through it instead of accepting who you are and try to help you. I mean, I can't really say the words for it right now, but I
Okay.
mean, you pretty much get the gist of it.
Yes, yes, I do. I do. Same question to you, Queen D, as well. Like I said, I agree with her, um, her synopsis of submission, um, as being cooperation and agreement. Why is that so hard for a lot of women?
I think sometimes a lot of women do start off with displaying their femininity and cooperation and agreement, but like Miss K said, like sometimes you put all that in the wrong hands and then you end up fighting fire with fire or wanting get back or not to be cooperative, and um it just leads to that whole masculinity fight instead of just having enough and moving on, like what was said in the previous clip.
Okay, and I'm going to say I agree with you, right? So, but from where I was standing, what I heard you say is that women start off with being submissive and soft and basically feminine. But it seems as if they picked the wrong person to give that to, and because they gave it to the wrong person, now it's a flip. How, if that is what you were saying, how do we correct that?
We just have to train ourselves as women to always remain in our femininity and moving on when we've had enough and not give in to that. And if it can be worked out, then communication and compromise goes a long way.
Okay. Okay. Same question to you, Shanti. If given that her definition of submission being cooperation and agreement, um, if that's the key, why are so many women seem to be reluctant to give that? Or is that true? Actually, I'll ask you that. Is that true? Number one, and if they are, if it is true, then why are they not participating in cooperation and agreement?
Um, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but just kind of, but like what Kay and Queen D said is like sometimes you let your wall down. You think somebody is one way, you let your wall down, and things go totally different or whatever, and then it's like at that point you don't want to be submissive no more. Um, and then also I think it's just like in the social media world, it's all about women being the man of the relationship. So I think it's just kind of looked up on nowadays for women to just come out strong like that.
Okay, you raise another question for me.
Yeah,
For
also, don't forget your question. Yeah, I just want to say this real fast.
okay,
Also, I was going to say too, like, a lot of women have to be providers and stuff in the relationship too, so they tend to look down on the man that they're dealing with if they're not doing certain masculine traits, I guess. So that's when they don't want to cooperate and listen, or they don't want to hear nothing you have to say if they have to pay all the bills or go to work and take care of the kids and do all of these things on top of that.
Yeah, I agree with that because when women has to be, the one that take care of everything, they get with a man, they expect for the man to immediately take over everything and try to make their life easier. But I don't see how they could expect that if they're not trying to make the man's life easier either.
okay, okay. And so another question, K, if it's between heaven and hell, what you can provide for your loved one, your spouse, your husband, w- why do it seem a lot of women want to choose hell?
Because I think they're going off of their friend's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because in some eyes of some women, is just a woman, you know, being in her feminine side and allowing the man to lead and being the woman in a relationship, they tend to, like I always say, look at them as being weak. So, it's like they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak.
Mm,
Do what they see, act how they act because they think that's how they're supposed to be.
okay, okay. I'm gonna get to you real quick, Queen D. I want to check and see what Goose the Prophet said because he talking about some preach, Queen D. He also said exactly K. And then he says a queen should be a queen at all times. Um, and no person should dictate your character. Nobody could make you behave less than a king. If I do, the royal council will check me. Yes, 100%. Um,
That's fact.
yes. So Queen D, it seems, I feel like a lot of women choose hell to give to their men instead of heaven. Do you agree or do you disagree? Why or why not?
I agree, and I agree with Kay, but also I think a lot of women do it out of spite, or they might feel like they're not gaining something in the situation or the relationship or what they're looking for. So they just want to be spiteful and be nasty and just give hell till they get what they want, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Um, yeah. Um, Shanti. Between heaven and hell, it seems that women like to get a man a lot of hell. Uh, why or why not? Or is it true or is it not true from your perspective?
Um, I don't really know. I just think I don't know. I don't think it's. I think it's true, but it's
Fifi,
not true. I'm like 50-50 in it.
Fifi. You better go call your Fifi.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. That is that heaven? Is Fifi heaven?
50
I
is
think.
hell, but
I
it's
think.
okay. I'm gonna get it together one day.
But you just sit here and said, I don't think it, they don't be having it like that.
I mean,
Like,
I just
You
don't feel
gonna
like
get
all
tired
women
of
are
fight.
just
You
like,
gonna get tired of fighting one day, Ashanti.
yeah,
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 one day
definitely.
it's gonna be fucking exhausting because that shit it
It
really
is
does
exhausting.
take a toll on you. And I think that we don't get to see that a lot of the times. I think we do, but I don't think we recognize it. And it's a lot of people that are just drained. Like it's just so much energy you put in, you know, fighting all the time. Like it's just, I agree with you, Kay, 100%, man. Like you're just gonna just run yourself down and run raggedy, and you already got so much other shit going on that you can't control. You can't control, being nice to somebody. I think, but that's just me. Um, but when it does come to Kay, when it comes to men, I think that because especially when it comes to cooperation and agreement, being in agreement, and just just being feminine and a lot of other things, man. I feel like men love when they can say, "Man, I don't know nothing about what you talking about," to another man that's complaining about his wife. Unfortunately, I think we have too many people that's like, I've been there, right? Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I think a lot of men would love to be in a situation where they say, hey, man, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. My wife does this, and this. You picked wrong or something. But we don't often get that type of ability to be able to talk like that. A lot of us. Why is that? Is it because we picked wrong?
I mean, it's all in your choosing. Some men, when that woman first lash out like that, they find it as cute and attractive. But then when it starts becoming overbearing and all the time, then that's when they want to start complaining. But that's who they chose. That's who they choose to stay with. So I mean, that's a you problem.
Okay, okay. Same question, Queen D. But again, why are women just not? Um, why don't they seem to be willing to just get on the same page? Are they willing to get on the same page? 'Cause, I mean, they can easily make it to where a man could, really brag and big them up, like I hear Prophet doing to you a lot of times. Um, why can't everybody? Why are women not willing to do that so that everybody can be happy?
It could be the choosing, but also Prophet and I, it took a lot of work and dedication. We didn't just start like this. We both had to come to a lot of agreeing and a lot of compromise, especially because we have a blended family. So a lot of our drama was like outsiders. It wasn't even just me and him. So
Mm.
we had a lot of things we had to put in order and lay the law down to make it work. A lot of communication, a lot of compromise, a lot of just uh, problem solving. And we'll sit there and say, okay, I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to tolerate that. I don't like how this makes me feel. And just open up to each other. And shoot, sometimes it took him to say, you're doing this and this, and we got to work on it. So it's just patience, communication, cooperation. But if you see that you're putting all of that in and not receiving anything, then it's time to go.
Okay, okay,
And a
understandable.
lot of times, a lot of women can't accept criticism because they feel like that they're already perfect.
Yeah, you have to. that's why I say I feel like everyone should work on themselves first. Everyone needs to learn how to take accountability for self. Um, I feel like we lack knowledge of self. So a lot of times we put ourselves into these situations because we don't really know what we want. We don't really know what we're looking for. We don't really know what we could tolerate or what we don't want to tolerate. Sometimes we just go with stuff just to go with it. So that creates a bigger problem. When you know yourself, you can take accountability and you put in the work, then it'll be good.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to have a one-on-one class with you because we need to figure out what work was done and how do other people get that work done because you're doing a good job over there. Shanti, did I think I already asked you that. Um, as far as men, wanting to be able to speak highly of their spouse, but I don't think a lot of women give their spouse a lot to work with here. What do you think about that? True, false?
I think true.
Okay. Why? Well, why is that?
Yeah, I really don't know. I kind of just like agree with what Kay said. It go about choosing, and then a lot of times y'all's partner will make you think like something is cute or whatever, and then after a while they ain't liking it no more. But you kind of be stuck in your ways with
Mm,
doing it. But I don't know.
okay. See, because I have a theory. My theory is that you weren't taught these things, right? So, not, I mean, you can speak specifically to yourself or generally for the women in that time frame of when you were coming up. But do you think mothers taught their daughters what it was to be a woman? Ashanti.
Um, yeah, I think so.
So, what were you taught about being a woman?
Do you mean like to like just to a woman in general? Or do you mean like to a partner?
A woman in general.
Um, I don't really know. I don't know. It's hard. I'm not. I know, like as far as partner wise, I was like I always tell like you don't need a man. You can do things by yourself. So like growing up, that's kind of what I stuck to. But as far as like being a woman in general, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't. I feel like she taught me things that I needed to know.
So, what is it to be a woman then, in your own words?
Um, I guess like to be strong. To be.
Oh, there go that strong.
Now, how you gonna ask me and then say something about what I gotta say? And I don't mean strong and like just I don't know how to explain, but it's like a strong. I don't know. It's hard.
No, I'm not critiquing what you're saying. I'm just saying that that's something that seems to pop up a lot when talking about black women.
Yeah.
But so strong was something that was taught to you. That's being a woman. What are some of the other things that were taught to you?
To be loving, to be honest, caring, um, to just gotta make things happen, even if you gotta make it happen by yourself. To make it happen, go get it and do what you gotta do.
Okay. All right. So strong, loving, honest, caring, and making it happen is something that was taught when it comes to being a woman from passed down from mother to mother. All right. Great. Queen D, what do you think? I like both of those that you were saying. I believe that mothers didn't teach a lot of women how to be women. Number one, just to be a woman, but number two, to be a woman with a partner. I don't think they prepared them. Do you think that's true or false?
I think it's true, especially speaking for myself. My mom, she was the strong, masculated type because she was a single mother, worked hard to raise her two kids and things like that. So I remember my mom trying to tell me how to change a tire and stuff,
Oh
but
wow.
those were things that I didn't care to learn within myself. So sometimes when you're raised by certain people or you grow up around people, some of those characteristics can bleed off on you without you even knowing. You can start to act certain type of ways. So I had to unlearn a lot of things, and some things I've learned from an aunt I stayed with for a little bit, and then R&B music as well. Beyonce catered to you. Like, I used to listen to a lot of Destiny Childs and um um Celine Dion and Whitney Houston, stuff like that. A lot of love songs and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I don't know. My whole life growing up, certain stuff would just resonate with me, and certain stuff I knew wasn't right, or I wasn't going to do, or I didn't want to act that way. So I do feel like a lot of women do not pass it on. Maybe some don't know because they weren't taught. And also, there are a lot of single mothers that don't have time to really raise their kids.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said,
but
they
when I,
maintaining them.
yeah, so when I stayed with my aunt, she taught me, how to plait hair, wash clothes, iron, things like that, cook, things like that. So yeah, but me, I teach my daughter stuff every day. She's in the kitchen with me. She loves to cook and stuff like that.
All right. Remember you
So
said that because I'm gonna bring it right back.
okay.
All right. I'm gonna go to the comment section real quick. Disriz TV says, give them hell. To of course talking about having a hell which the men give to their women give to the men. Vanessa says, hey y'all, hey y'all.
Hey, Vanessa.
She also says nurturing. Disriz says compromising, caring, compassionate. I call it the triple C's. All right, all right. And I noticed that you again, strong was one of that was put up there as well, Queen D. KML. Again, I believe that mothers were not teaching daughters how to be generally women, as well as women in relationships. Do you think that's true or false?
Well, I come from a different generation. My parents were older, so I had older parents. They were born in 1940. So um, we were in a lot of my aunties and stuff were older, so they told us, what everybody always put out there, keep your man belly fed, keep him happy in bed, and what you won't do, somebody else will. So, I mean, but most of the time, I took my cues by watching and, observing other women, that are in long term marriages and, how, they treat their husbands and stuff like that. That's why I have no problem bringing my man a plate. That's why I have no problem make sure the shower is ran. So when he come home and kick them shoes off, he can go ahead and go into the shower and, unwind, do what you gotta do. That's how I learned how to, give a man his space, because, if he always up under you, how do you know how it feels to be apart, so.
Yeah, damn. Like J. Cole said, damn, they don't make them like you anymore. All right. So what I want to say is when Queen D, what you what I told you to remember, Queen D, I think that that's an important thing to look at because it's often becomes a pathology. And I know that you said that you recognize these things, so now you know what to teach your daughter, right, to kind of break the generational curse that's a lot of people may be experiencing. So I think that that's very, very important because I want to be, I want to for this to be an lightning thing for women who may not have the experience that you all have. or the maturity that you all have, right? Because of what you all been through. So I want to, I think that's one of the big things, that, understanding what it is to be a woman. Because what are you passing down? Same thing with men who didn't have fathers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you find people, men who are absentee fathers, is usually because their father was absentee with them, right? So we usually repeat what we know, even sometimes unknowingly. So I think it's a very important thing to take a look at, and so you can either make a conscious decision to stop this curse, or make it, or continue it. And hope something happens so it does, works out itself. I don't know, but I think it's a good point to start to know, so you can say, well, what do I teach the next generation, because the next generation is going to teach the next generation. So if you don't know what it is to be a woman, or in the realms of just being by yourself as well as with a partner, please read a book. Go on the internet, search it, uh turn to your people who have been doing this, your elders who have been doing this for a long time. I know Kay said a lot of her parents were older, so they were able to pass down this wisdom. So please tap into it. Did you want to say something, Queen D?
Oh, I was just gonna say yeah, because everything in life is a learning experience. So you can learn from it and do better, or you can know and do wrong and stay in the same cycle. But it is fortunate when you do have those people in your life like Miss K had. But my mom, she was like she was a only child, so it was just her, and then all my grandparents passed away young, so I was never around any elders or anything like that. So that is a blessing when you do have that. But like E said, a lot of stuff can be self-taught and learned through experience or other people around you. Um, they have the internet and books and things of that nature nowadays, and a lot of people trying to spread light like we do on this podcast.
Yes. We also got the Ace of Spades podcast, the King of Spades podcast, and you are watching now the Queen of Spades podcast. So yes, we also got Prophet's Perspective, as well. A great podcast right there. Check out Gooch the Prophet, man. And check out Dizriz TV, Dizriz ENT, and Dizriz Review, Boondocks Review. All right. All great places and great channels and great people, man. All right, so yeah, I think it's very important. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, and this has to do with I think powers. Really, I think it has to do with the power that men possess and the power that women possess. And I think that um, it's enlightening. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it.
When a man is broken, he can destroy everyone around him by what he does. When a woman is broken, she can destroy everyone around her by what she says. That's why for a man, self-control is his greatest power. And for a woman, silence is hers. When a man has learned to not be out of control, but to be out of people's control because he has self-control, that's a powerful man. And when a woman has learned to be silent, doesn't mean to be silenced. I'm silent because I'm watching, because I'm observing, because I'm waiting for the opportunity to speak. And when I speak, people listen. They take heed to what I'm saying because there's wisdom that's coming out of my mouth.
Woo! All right. She said a lot right there. Yeah. What do you think about what she said, Kay?
I mean, she just described me to a T. Because I am, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have my opinion when we're on the podcast, and I do my due diligence and say, what I have to say. But in real life, I am very submissive, very quiet, very humble. Why? Because I'm observing not just my surroundings, but the people that are around me. because people tend to tell you who they are without knowing that they telling you exactly who they are. And that's how I'm able to keep my circle small and to move accordingly and only have people that are about something around me.
Oh yes, I definitely agree with that. Queen D, what do you think about what she said?
I agree with everything she said, and actually, my husband and I taught each other those things. So um, I helped guide him to where he was out of other people's control and he had self control, and he helped me with my silence a lot. So it's true, and that's what needs to be implemented in relationships.
Okay, I'm glad that you said that too. Shanti, what do you think about what she said?
I agree with what she said, and hopefully that's something that I can take into my next relationship.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna go to the comments and then we're gonna break this down. Dizriz TV says, we need to get her on the podcast for educational purposes. 100. Messiah says yes. I hear that, Messiah. All right, so I want to break this down a little bit because I do think that silence is a superpower, right? Not just for women, but I think for men as well. That's why I think that men are good at breaking down other men or seeing what they're really about because we just learn to listen. That's why we get ladies so well too, because we really learn to listen, right? So if one of us is full of shit, right? And the other person is just listening, you're going to be able to tell how full of shit that person is. As you say, I don't know if you remember the Jackie Chan scene with Chris Tucker when he was talking about he was just talking a lot and he liked to let people talk who like to talk a lot so he can figure out how full of shit they are. That's exactly what it is. And a lot of times with us, our goal is to just get you to talk, right? Because sooner or later you're going to tell us exactly the cheat code, right? And it's usually because of some I find it's usually whatever your last relationship is, right? So I don't like a cheater, or I don't want a man to do this, or I don't want a man to do that. Okay, well, cool. Well, now that I'm getting the information, that's what I'm doing. So I think that is very beneficial, Kay, for women to listen. If you listen, you can learn a lot more than when you talk. But it seems like women nowadays have a hard time with listening. Or is that wrong? What do you think and why?
No, I don't think that's wrong because the problem is instead of people listening to what somebody is saying, they trying to pay attention to like it's like this, like they're trying to sum up what they're saying so they can have a comeback,
Yes.
or answer to give, you
Yes.
know. And so they tend to, miss out on a lot of key points. And then, when something goes wrong and he says, well, I had told you, X, Y, and Z, and woman tend to say, "Oh well, I meant, you said this, so I thought you meant that." When in fact, we need to stop going off of what we think other people mean and go off of what they say. Because like my father used to tell me, "Say what you mean and mean what you say," and I take that to heart.
Yeah. Who said that to you?
My dad.
See, and that's the thing because I was talking to another lady, and we were getting into this conversation, and I was trying to explain to her that we're supposed to be men are supposed to be a man. That's why it's a man of your word. It's really supposed to mean something. So when you say something, it's really supposed to mean something. So I'm not surprised that your dad would I think you said your father would pass that on to you. Queen D, again, the silence thing. Why is that such a hard thing for a lot of women to pick up on?
Oh, I had it bad in the earlier years of my relationship.
I know you did. I know you did.
And I got so tired of him telling me, like, because I used to, I guess, cut him off and
Woo.
just say what I thought he was going to say. or
Mm-hmm.
finish his sentence for him. And then I got so sick of him telling me that's not even what I was going to say. If you waited till I was
Oh my
done,
goodness.
then you would have understood. So I took that I took that into consideration, and then I just became silent and heard everything, and then waited till he was done. Then I said my piece, and it just works out lovely. It is
Oh,
very important.
Queen D, you hit me. You hit me with that one because I actually no, because I actually experienced this not too long ago.
Yeah, I
Right?
think it's something we all do.
Somebody asked me my opinion. I'm giving them my opinion, and I said something about a rumor. Right? That's what I said was a rumor, and they just went off the word rumor. Oh my goodness, rumor this, but you didn't even know what I was going to say.
Yep.
You just hung on one word. So I had, you know what? I had to learn that I can't talk to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I just can't talk mainly to certain females. I hate to say it, I can't talk to certain females because it's just they're so like Kay said, it's only focused on the rebuttal and not really hearing what you have to say.
Hmm.
That's it. So it
We
makes
jump
it
to
very difficult.
conclusions.
Exactly. Exactly. So it makes it very difficult to have a substance filled conversation because it's only the conversation is only there from where I feel is now only there to really beat your point up.
Yeah, so it took for him to point that out, and then it took for me to uh, accept accountability for it, and then work on it, and that's how we got through that.
Whew, that goddamn accountability and your story just really struck me in the heart. Oh my goodness. Whew. I can't remember, but I think it was some accountability had as far as cutting me off. But I was just like, I don't even want to have the conversation because it just it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and you really want to, especially if it's your loved one, you really want to be open to be able to have discussions. Maybe even to not even see eye to eye, but to be able to have a real discussion without daggers being thrown to make the point. You know what I mean? So all right, so I'm gonna go. Whew, man, she touched me with that one. The empty wagon makes the most noise. Yes, yes, Dizriz. Goose the Prophet says that is true. It was a struggle, but we here, man, and it looks beautiful on both of y'all. Real talk, real talk. Yeah, man, that's superpower. Whew, okay, I think I'm on Shanti. Shanti, uh, silence. Being a superpower for women. Do you agree that it is? And do you think that most women use their superpowers or not?
I think so. Personally for myself, I know it might be hard to believe, but I know how to be silent. My issue is I don't stay silent. So it's like 1 minute I can be silent, but then the next, it's like I'm finishing your sentence for you. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all be in y'all head too much.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
She over there waiting and trying to find a comeback. She ain't over there being silent just to be silent.
No,
She
I
ain't
really do
listening.
be silent.
No, you over there like, oh, you
No,
getting on my nerves. I can't stand. Look at the way your
no,
face
I
look.
really do be silent. But after a
And that
while,
shit be building up, and then you can't control it no more. Goes
no.
all over the place. Uh, okay. Well, let me say this then. I believe this 100%. I believe that men can hurt people by what they do. I believe that women can hurt by what they say. Um, and with that dynamic being so important, I think that I think it's overlooked a lot of the time. And I think that women just thinks, well, these are just words, and they're looking to score cheap shots in the argument to win. But I don't think they realize the pain that they're actually inflicting. Um, can you speak to that? Do you think it's true, and why or why not?
I don't think they really care about the pain that they're inflicting on a man. I think it's all about trying to prove that they were right, in the situation. And so, and then they let their anger and their emotions take the best of them because, you know, when a person is, angry, they'll, bring out. stuff that happened a long time ago just to hurt you. You know, a lot of times, whatever pain that they're feeling, they want that person to feel the same also. So it's not, about, well, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, so I'm not gonna, go this far or whatever. They really don't care.
There it is. There it is. Um, Queen D, same thing, man. I believe that men can do damage with their hands. I think that women can do damage with their words. Do you agree, disagree? And if that's the case, why aren't women more careful with how they use their words?
I agree with Kay and everything she said, but I think men can do damage with their words too, and I feel like I don't want to say women can do damage with their hands, but I feel like if they constantly put their hands on someone, that could lead to something else,
Yeah.
lead to damage, I guess.
Yeah. What, from a woman?
Yeah, if a woman keeps putting her hands on the man, it could lead to damage because the man might damage her.
Yes. 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 100%. I agree with you on that one. Yeah. Um, I'm sorry. Were you done? I cut you off.
Oh no, I was pretty much done. But yeah, I'm a person that I pay attention to words. So I have been hurt by words before, even though a lot of men will say they don't mean something or they was just angry. I don't know, because I heard when someone's angry, that's when the true feelings come out. But I've been hurt by words from a man before.
Yeah, I can say honestly that I've tried to hurt people with my words, a woman with my words before. But it wasn't the truth. It was pain. And that's, of course
Yeah,
there.
that's what I've heard too. So
Yeah, it was just coming out as pain. It wasn't true. It wasn't, I was just hurt myself. So yeah, I've done those things before. So I could definitely see where you're coming from with that one. Before I get to you, Shanti, I want to see what Vanessa talking about. Vanessa says I had to watch what I would say to my then significant other because a lot would happen. Um, and then Vanessa says what I would say would hurt a lot and would later be brought up. Yeah, I can imagine.
I
Uh,
can I say this? I think
yes.
with women, the why it hurts so much is because we do low blows, so we always shoot lower than the belt with the words, and a lot of times it might be true, but we just don't care.
Damn. Like how do you become that cold D? Cold D. Queen D. How do you become that cold to not care?
Sometimes when someone makes you so angry, you just not even thinking about their feelings. You're just thinking about your get back or whatever the case may be. So I've said stuff that I didn't even think was that bad, and then the person came around and told me how bad it hurt them and stuff like that.
Okay, get back. We coming back to that. All right. Shanti. Um Men can hurt physically, women can hurt emotionally. Just by what they're saying, right? Um do you believe that's true? And if so, why are women not so careful with the words that they spew out?
I believe it's true, and I also agree with the panel. And women can hurt men because I got a hunger who puts the paws on her baby daddy every time and be tearing him up. But anyways, after that, I think ultimately just hurt people hurt people. So, but I agree with everything the panel said.
Okay, okay. Samantha says exactly, Queen D. I was waiting to hear someone speak it. Yes. Um,
Oh, and another thing too, the way a man hurt physically is not necessarily with his hands. It's giving the cold shoulder. walking in the room and not acknowledging that person. Those are other ways that he can show, you know, that he can hurt a woman too.
So, do you think that that hurts more than some of the venom that women spew to men?
Yeah, because women look for affection from their man, and if he's not giving that affection to them, then yeah, that speaks a lot.
Okay, okay. Um, I was gonna get onto your get back, Queen D, but I'm gonna let that one go because I feel like it may come from a realm of where if somebody does something to you first, being that it's get back, that you come harder. So hey,
Yep,
if you can't dish it, or if you can't take it, don't dish it, right? So okay,
that's my slogan.
I'm gonna let it slide on that one because I had to think about it a little bit and it made sense. So I was like, okay, I ain't gonna go in on that one. But yeah, I believe that might be the end of the show, everybody. I would like to thank Kay Mills for coming through and holding it down with us. Kay Mill, you got any last words? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to get off your chest before we get up out of here?
Thank y'all for joining the show, and let us know how y'all like the new theme song. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And check out the Keys of Space podcast. And we'll see you next week.
All right, all right. Before I get to you, Queen D, I'm gonna see what this Riz TV has to say. It's hard to hurt a man when he's at his lowest, though. Um, yeah, it is. That's when the cold shoulder and ignoring comes out. Yes. I think we showed a clip with Judge Toller who said her mother told her to never hit a man where he's weak at. He'll never forget it. And I definitely 100% agree with that. It's shit that I'm still holding on, and I ain't never forgot a motherfucker that said to me. But I'm still holding on to that motherfucking shit. Queen D, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here for your last word?
Everything Miss K said. Thank you for the continuous support. And check out King of Spades, Ace of Spades. Stream Goose the Prophet. Right Back Ain't Cheating, July 23rd. And just always try to work on yourself and make yourself better and learn how to take accountability and stand on truth. That's my husband would say.
All right, there it is. There it is. Samantha says, great show and always the best queen panelists. Yes, yes,
Thank you, Miss
yes.
Samantha.
and
Yes,
Gucci,
thank you, Miss Sam.
and Gucci
Hey, I'm
Prophet.
trying to get in the family too. I don't know what you talking about.
Gucci Prophet said, yes, Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Shanti, do you have any last words before we get out of here, my lady?
Oh no, just for everybody to have a good week. And don't, like everybody said, follow, subscribe, and Queen D and Ed Profit. I think we'll be our way next week, so maybe we get to see y'all.
Oh,
All
you gonna
right.
be here?
Yes, girl.
Oh
We'll do
yes,
that
we
way.
gotta link up.
Yes, ma'am.
No, 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 no. Stay where you at, Queen D. You in a good spot. You in a good
Hey,
place. Don't let this ratchetness ruin you. Please don't. Cause he's gonna be talking. I'm out there to go see. I'm trying to get me a baller. No, what you call him? A sugar
Friday.
daddy? You
Oh,
want a
sugar
sugar
daddy.
daddy? That's what it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
ain't it? Yeah, no,
They
she
said
out
them
here
in
looking for sugar
Texas.
daddies. Yeah, don't do it.
They said the sugar daddies in Texas.
Oh man. Oh man. Do not tell her because she will be trying to move to Texas. Uh, Vanessa says bye, y'all. Bye, Vanessa. This was actually my
Bye.
Bye, Vanessa.
yeah, we need you back on the show, Vanessa. Come in anytime. Um, yeah, this was actually my first time streaming to Facebook. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for coming through that way. I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know who was gonna show up. Uh there's some people I ain't talked to in a while. I don't usually be on social media for those that do not know. This is me kind of getting out and doing something again. But yeah, I usually don't be on there. So thank you so much for coming, Vanessa, and supporting. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification, all the above. And I want to thank everybody again, K Emil, Queen D, Shanti, and everybody in the comment section who came through as well. Thank you so much for doing that. I want to make sure nobody donated. Give me a second because I don't want to miss anything. It always happens. Okay, so thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate you. I think we're gonna do. Kay, do you want to do TikTok?
I can't tonight because I got to get up early.
Okay. So there will not be a TikTok for Queen of Spades tonight. I'm trying to do a Spades After Dark, where we kind of kick it and you get to hear some of the crazy stuff that we talk about. But there will not be one for tonight. But please keep a watch for when we do go live. And so you can be there. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, so much again for coming through. Until next time, like the homie Steve said, stay queenie.
Stay
All right. Until next time.
Unless you a king, stay kinging.
Hey, there it is. Ain't no. Yep. All right. Bye.